Welcome to the How to Create a New Module screencast video. We will show you how easy and rapid it is to create a new custom module in Phprojekt 6 using the site interface, and then we will try to perform some changes on it. An easy one, and then a view change modifying the code, which is more a programmer concerned task. So let's start. Firstly, we will log into the site using an admin user that provides us with access to the administration section. We want to add to the application a project type module that will be located over here. We click on Administration, then click on Module tab, press Add a new item. We will call it Candidates and will be a module to manage people being evaluated to join the company. It will be a normal module because it will depend on a project. We press Open Editor to open the designer. In the left part we have the fields to be added to the right panel, that is the new module specification itself. Here we set its database name, fixed maximum length to 50 characters, then the form label also as name, and finally the grid column position as 1. Save it. Then we drag a second field for the percentage of the examination goals accomplished. We set the database field name, then the form name, and finally the grid column position set as second. Save it. And the final field, we drag a checkbox to set whether the user has approved or not the exam. We set the database field name, the form name, and finally again the grid column position. We close the designer and save the module. Then we go to the root project, clicking in the logo, and here it is, the new candidates module. We will create a new item to see how it looks. We fill every field of this new item and save it. Now, let's imagine we want an extra tab for the module to add a different category of fields for comments on the user. It will be located here. To add this new tab, we go to Administration Module again, Tab Submodule, and add a new item. We will call it Comments. Here it is. Now, we go to edit the module again. We pick the module, open the designer, and in the right panel, the last tab is the new tab. We will add it 2 text area fields so that the examiner can write a comment and also other person different than the examiner can do it. We fill every needed property in the left bottom field configuration panel. And now we drag the second text area field for other person to leave a comment on the candidate's examination. We fill the required attributes, save, close the editor, and save the module. Now we go again to the module, and here we can see, when we open an item or create a new one, the new tab. Very nice. Now we will perform a more complex modification. We will modify the view of statistic module that is not a common module. We want to take out the last column from the user view table because we currently have only one user in the system and the table is not so wide, so we want to take this last column out. We go to the Files editor, open Application folder, Statistic, Views, Dojo, Scripts, Template, and finally Table.html. The template file is divided into 3 sections, one for the main row, then the middle ones, and finally the total row. So we take out each last td.html element for each rows section. That was the header part of the column. Now we go with all middle ones. And finally the td part of the total row. We save the file. We reload the module. And now we see the statistic module without the last project column, just as we wanted it. We hope this has helped you as a quick introduction of how to create a new module from zero in Phprojekt 6.